As we all know, during every event, ACN supports the local chapter of the Ronald McDonald House and Charities. This weekend is going to be supporting the Ronald McDonald House of Charlotte, which is near and dear to the co-founders and everybody at ACN, as we've done so much for that to help put that house together. So it's a very exciting time. If you're unfamiliar with what they do, the house serves as a home away from home to the families of seriously ill children being treated in this area. Throughout the weekend, volunteers with the charity will be collecting your donations, and then ACN will match those donations for dollar at the end of the weekend and present a check on Sunday to the Ronald McDonald Charity House. So the more you give, the more the company has to give, and we're going to match the funds. We've had a tremendous amount of support worldwide with this endeavor, and we're excited about what's going to happen this particular weekend as well. This weekend, please join us in supporting the Ronald McDonald House of Charlotte, and actually here, just because we are in our hometown, to provide you a little more information on the house's development and what's happening down here. I want to bring out the house's development and communications director, Jenna Westbrook, who is accompanied by the Hucks family, which is a local family used in the house. Can we give them a warm welcome to ACN from the Ronald McDonald House?
Thank you everyone so much for that warm welcome. We are so happy to be back here. We're so happy that you're back here in awesome Charlotte, and hopefully you're enjoying the weather. But like we said, we are the Ronald McDonald House of Charlotte. Our mission is to provide a home away from home for the families of seriously ill or injured children who travel to Charlotte to receive medical treatment. We are right down the road from you guys. We are about just 10 minutes right by Levine Children's Hospital on East Moorhead Street. And we encourage all of you to come by the house sometime this weekend to take a tour and see where your generous donations are going. We are open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. to the public, and we will be offering tours all weekend long, so we hope to see each and every one of you there. But we're very lucky today to have the Hucks family with us, Heather, Darren, and Tucker, who spent 5 months with us at our house, and they are here to tell their story.
Thank you guys. A little more than a year and a half ago, I was sitting in a hospital room right down the road at Presbyterian Hospital, and we were listening to a neonatologist talk to us about statistics for our unborn baby. I had been diagnosed with a placental abruption, which is when the placenta starts to tear away from the uterus. It's very dangerous for mom and baby. I was 24 weeks, and a typical pregnancy, as you probably know, is 40 weeks. We weren't sure, but we felt like, and the doctors felt like, I was certainly going to deliver early, and we didn't know how early. So the neonatologist was giving us statistics for if our baby was born at this very moment at 24 weeks, which is the point of viability, he would have a 50% chance of surviving the delivery. Following that, he would probably have a 70% chance of having anywhere from a moderate to severe level of developmental delays for his entire life. So as he left the room, he told us, my hope for you is that you can make it to at least 28 weeks, and what would be even better is if you could make it to 30 weeks. The next day, at 24 weeks and 1 day, I had Tucker. He weighed 1 pound, 7 ounces. He was 13 inches long. It's very hard, I'm sure, for you out there to understand how small that is. I don't know if you can see this. This was the first onesie he was able to wear in the hospital. It took him 6 weeks to grow into this. He was double the size of his birth weight when he put this on. He was very, very small. He was very, very sick. He was 4 months early. He had a lot of developing still left to do. So the following day after Tucker was born, he obviously survived the delivery. Yes. So so the following day, as we sat in our hospital room, we live about 50 minutes to an hour away from the hospital here. And I knew for certain, and so did my husband, that there was no way we were going to be able to be that far away from this critically ill child of ours that had just been born. So we decided to come up with a plan, and our plan was to call the local hospitals and explain our situation and hope that they would feel compassion for us and give us a reduced rate on a hotel for long term. We knew we were going to be in the hospital for at least 4 months. So at that very moment, the NICU social worker walked in and started giving us some information about the NICU and said to us, well, what is your plan? Where do you live? Where are you planning to stay? And so we told her our plan about the hotels. And she looked at us and she said, well, you don't have to do that. You know, there's a brand new Ronald McDonald House just down the street. I'll call and see if we can get you in. So 2 days later, I was discharged from the hospital. We moved directly from the hospital room into room 211 at the Ronald McDonald House. And so from that moment forward, that house became our home. Tucker was in the hospital for 151 days. We spent that entire time in room 211 at the Ronald McDonald House. And we came to learn quickly how important this house was and how valuable it is to families who are going through some critical situations with their children. We would get up in the morning, we had a routine, we would go to rounds first thing, we would come back to the house, and Darren and I both have jobs, and so we needed to be able to work. And there's a wonderfully equipped office at the Ronald McDonald House. We were able to work remotely in the mornings. We would finish working and head back to the hospital for a visit. Then we would come back to the house, and that is usually when I would smell the cookies. So if you don't know anything about the Ronald McDonald House, every single day there is a group of volunteers that come in and bake cookies, and they smell heavenly. So I 100% blame the Ronald McDonald House that I was not able to leave without my maternity jeans after 5 months because I could not resist a cookie every single day. So we would come back, do a little more work, and at that time, typically, it was time to do laundry. With a baby so small and so vulnerable to infection, we had to change our clothes every time we went to the hospital. And we went to the hospital 3 to 4 times a day. So you can imagine the laundry that piled up. If we had been doing that laundry at home with our one washer and dryer, it would have taken forever. But the house has 6 washers, 6 dryers. We could go down, knock out all of our laundry in about an hour and a half, and be good to go. And I recognized a little halfway through our stay that my husband would volunteer to do the laundry. And this is because there's a TV in the laundry room. And during the time of our stay, Tucker was born in March, so we had March Madness, we had the NBA championships, we had the Masters golf tournament, we had the Olympics. And my husband and I both are super sports nuts. So I started to recognize that he was going down to do the laundry so sweetly so that he could watch some of this sporting events that he loves so much and burn off some steam. Well deserved after 5 months in the NICU. So the house had everything we needed. We did all of our laundry. And then at night, it was time for dinner. And I don't know if you know this about the house either, but every single day, not just on special occasions, not just on holidays, every single day, a volunteer group comes in and cooks dinner for the residents of the house. So we would come downstairs and have a freshly cooked meal, which was awesome. And then we would go back for our nightly visit with Tucker, come home, and maybe do some laundry and finish up. So the house had anything and everything that we needed. There was a closet if we needed toilet paper, paper towels, shampoo, toothbrushes. If we had a baby there and we needed diapers, we could have gotten those. Anything you needed in that closet was free for you. There was a pantry that was stocked with food, so snacks, milk, bread, your basic staples were always available to us. And that house and those people became our family for 151 days. So we were able to bring Tucker home after 5 months. And I'm going to let my husband speak for a minute, but I want to tell you this. And I will probably cry, so just cry with me. I have an ugly cry face. I don't like to do it alone. So there are 28 rooms in the house, and on any given night, they are usually full. And what I will tell you is that every night that we were there in room 211, we said a prayer for this little boy. And as part of that prayer, we gave thanks for you. We gave thanks for you because you are the ones that supported this house. You are the ones that donated money for this house. You are the ones that made this house a possibility for my family and for this little boy. So I'm grateful. And forever thankful for this house. And Tucker Hucks will not grow up and not know about this amazing house. So I'm going to let my husband Darren speak for just a minute.
Heather shared a little bit about Tucker's story with you guys, and there's so much more to tell you about what happened over that next year and a half. But I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to make this segment about you guys, like she said, because I know that a lot of you out there are like our family. We do our best to share our time, share our financial resources with local charities, with our church, with anybody around us in need. And a lot of times we feel like we give blindly, so to speak, because we don't get to see where those donations end up and who they go to serve. So the great thing for you all today is you do get to see that. You get to see that the efforts that ACN and that each one of you make to support the Ronald McDonald House, it directly affects families just like ours. And so there's no way we can say thank you enough, but we're honored to be here today as part of your activity here, and just let you know that ACN always has a place in our heart. The Ronald McDonald House always has a place in our heart, and we thank you for everything you do. God bless you.